Hey, how's it going, friends? Coach Kyle here, and I wanted to go through a message I got from a future client of mine, and she laid out some really good points and kind of questions slash concerns or expectations that she had in mind, and I thought it would be interesting to address those for anybody who is also curious. So she said, I'm looking for someone to get me on a schedule and do things like strength work and getting back to basics. I love running, but after having a child, I have a hard time running more than a couple miles without having to stop. I just think in general, I'm getting older, probably not eating the right stuff all the time, and just have trouble finding time, capital time, to run. With the baby and commuting, she commutes 45 minutes maybe to work. It makes it difficult, but I'm no longer commuting starting next Thursday, so this might be my chance to work in some training in the morning hours. I need someone to keep me accountable though. I'm not sure who you usually work with, but I'm not going to be training for a marathon anytime soon, she says. My first goal is to feel good again when I go for a run, and then perhaps a half marathon. I did a half last summer and did the bare minimum training and struggled through the race. So the next time I do one, I want to feel good about doing it. And then she says, yoga is also good for my mind and body, so my training would need to incorporate that. And I told her, like, what she said is absolutely perfect. She said something like, I don't know who you work with. Well, I work primarily with plant-based runners, and I work with people who are running 60 plus miles a week and people who are running 10 to 20 miles per week. And anybody that I think, and the last person to hire me, she said something that for a long time she didn't feel like she was good enough for a coach. But my belief is that anybody wanting to invest in something that makes them feel good and that they want to improve upon is worthy of a coach, a tutor, a teacher, anything like that. And she mentioned, finding time and accountability and motivation. And that's, part of the benefit is, you're investing in a coach like me. And I'm not a hard ass, but I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to send you a message on Friday saying, hey, have a great long run tomorrow. Or, Tuesday I might congratulate you on a good Monday workout or something. Or I have clients that I ask for run selfies from who, if they're having a little bit of a compliance problem. And we're always working on how do we best make this work. The training plan follows the runner, not the other way around. So I'm fitting training in. I have clients that put their work schedule into Final Surge, and I schedule around that. And it's really dynamic, where if something happens on a Tuesday, your kid gets ill, the weather is just horrible, we're going to adjust the rest of the week to make everything work well. And there's that accountability where I'm plugging workouts in, easy days, strength sessions. I'm expecting you to do them, and you're making that financial investment in this. But I also hear all the time that they didn't want to do a workout, a strength routine, but they didn't want to let Coach Kyle down. And they knew once they started and once they finished, they would be happy they did it. And that is always important to keep in mind. And she said something about yoga, and most of my clients do at least 1 to 3 yoga sessions weekly, as well as at least one meditation, a gratitude practice, a little journaling practice. And she mentioned nutrition, and some of my clients I work with them on their general nutrition, but with all my clients, I work with them on their running nutrition. So we make sure that's all dialed in. And when it comes to going in, she said she went into her last half undertrained with the bare minimum and struggled through it. And, with going into a race, we're going to make sure everything's dialed in. Not only your running, but we're going to know what your pace is going to be, what your nutrition is going to be, how you're going to carry the nutrition, when you're going to drink, when you're going to eat, what your travel plans are. We go through all this to make sure you go into the event as secure and confident as possible. So if this is something that you think you would find interesting, that you think you would find beneficial, don't wait. The number one thing is I don't want you to think about it, talk yourself out of it. and wish you would have done it 3 months from now. Start now. We have a good fall. It's like the second day of fall. We have fall and winter to train through for some really good spring and summer events. And a perfect spring half or full marathon, that's made in the fall and winter. The more time we have to prepare, the better. So don't delay. If you're thinking about it, contact me, get a hold of me, and let's just get rolling. And let's work together for you to have the best fall and winter training yet, so you can have a really fantastic spring and summer of running. So contact me, Coach Kyle. Go to kylecrans.com, reply back here, DM me, whatever it takes. Get a hold of me, and let's get your running going. And hey, quick update. So I just got off the call with another client, or a new client now, and she had been following me on Instagram for a number of months, and she hasn't ran in 5 months, but she's done plenty of halves, but she kind of got out of running lately this year, and she wants to get back into it. She wants to feel good about it. She needs some accountability, some motivation, because she works in politics and campaigns. So this next month and a half is going to be crazy busy for her. So she's really looking for some accountability and some motivation through November especially. But going forward, she wants to do a half marathon in the spring, marathon in the fall, and she really wants to make sure she does it right. So we're going to work together over the fall, the winter, and next year. And I, kind of with her, just so you know, it might be interesting, is that when somebody's starting basically from scratch, it's really nice. I actually really love starting with somebody from scratch, because they're not doing a bunch of crazy mileage and workouts already. We have a clean slate. And I told her that over the next 1 or 2 months, especially with her being super busy and at a zero running volume currently, we're not going to do that much with her running. We're going to get her running 3 days a week, really short walk jogs, just to kind of get the running legs back. But she gave me an hour daily. She gave me an hour 3 days a week to tell her what to do. And so I told her we're going to use that time Monday, Wednesday, Friday over the next couple months, especially over the next 5 weeks, to get you stronger. So we're going to start you running a little bit, not much. I tend to hold people back more than push them sometimes. And she said that she's done this where she starts a little too aggressively and pays for it later. So I'm going to really kind of hold back her running, but get her doing some consistent jogs. But I'm really going to focus on getting her stronger. So over the next couple months, we're going to work on doing a light strength work warm-up, an easy jog, and a strength work cool down, some general strength, some mobility, some stretching. And I told her, let's use this next month to get stronger. So when your schedule frees up a little more, we're better off. We're better off in 2 months than we would otherwise have been. And so if we focus on good, consistent strength work, frequent, consistent running over the next 5 weeks, she's going to be really set well once work dials down to get running. We'll add another run in. We'll start increasing the volume a little bit. But she's going to be stronger in 5-6 weeks than she would otherwise have been if she would have just started getting back into running with running. We're going to get her stronger so her body's able to better handle more running in the future. And every month, every 2-3 month block is almost preparatory for what's to come. So we're going to use the next month, the next 3 months, not just to do what we're doing then, but we're thinking, what are we going to do in a month from now, in 3 months from now? And so what we're doing now is preparing us for what will come. And the next 2 months are going to prepare us for the next 3 months, and that's going to prepare us for half marathon training, and that's going to prepare us for marathon training. And I told her that my goal as your coach is to get you to where you want to be, get your goals accomplished uninjured, because if you get hurt, I'm out of a job. And so I want you to accomplish your goals in the most sustainable and healthy way possible. So again, if that's something that would interest you, if you want to work together really well this fall, this winter, to have the best summer of your running career yet. I don't like to say best year ever. It's the best year yet. If you want to have the best fall and winter yet of your training, to have a really fantastic spring and summer, contact me, comment, DM me, kylecrans.com. Get a hold of me now. I don't want you to think about it, not do it, and wish you would have done it next spring. You're going to be better off. I promise you, you'll have a better fall and winter. You're just going to enjoy the training more. You're going to be stronger next spring and summer by what you decide to do over this fall and winter. And I really hope it's working with me, because that's what I love to do. I love to help runners feel better and run better. So you know how to get a hold of me. If you're thinking about it, just do it, and I promise you it'll be worth it. So as always, you keep running and I'll keep coaching.